Hey guys, welcome back to the Space Podcast, episode 7. Am I right in saying 7?
I think so.
I think it's 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was 6.
Yeah.
I actually thinking back to it, I think we missed an episode with Maisie hosting a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember, Key?
Yeah.
I think that's floating about somewhere, so I'll have to try and dig that out. It was a very busy time in our lives, so things are getting more structured again now, which is fine. So yeah, last week sort of just caught up, same group as last week, it seems. We caught up just with what sort of some opinions on things about what's happening in the areas, how we feel about sort of lockdown, and sort of what's just kind of your opinions on matters. Like we talked about youth parliament stuff, didn't we? And we talked about Make Your Mark and the escape room stuff, whether we thought that project was worth it, and then it turns out it was worth it, which is good, and all that kind of stuff. So all that's well and good, but I thought this week we'd just talk about kind of what we're doing that we enjoy, just like no kind of like formal answers, like anything like that. Just what are we doing that we enjoy during this second lockdown, so to speak? I know we've got a few days left in it, but I'm just thinking, what are we thankful that we've been able to do during this second lockdown of it, like whether that's play games, watch things, you know, anything like that. So does anyone wanna kick us off?
Go on then. I will.
Go on then.
I mean, like, so it's given me a bit more time to sort of relax and things, and sort of not be as productive as normal, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
And like playing a lot more Xbox and things.
Yeah, you know, it's like that was one of my things. Like, definitely, what I was going to say then. It's given me a lot more time to relax because, like, I obviously this type of work and your type of work and Josh's type of music and acting and performing and all that. You're always busy all the time. So for me, like, to come home even though we had the game night on a Friday night, and technically that's still work and whatever, it's chilled, it's nice, but like to be able to just like relax and watch something happens rather than worry about having a gig or anything like that, just to be able to like sit in and just chill and watch things and play games, just pretty cool.
I got some ideas for game night.
Oh really? Like what?
I think I sent it on the group. On your settings, you can change the colour of your screen to black and white.
Oh yeah.
And we can play Among Us in black and white.
Oh, sounds. Does that make it harder? I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Sounds like it anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? Were you been like anything that you're sort of grateful for in this second lockdown? I feel like everyone's going on about it being dead negative, and yet it is a very negative thing. A lot of people saying, like, I saw this quote the other day. It was kind of, 2020 was the year I was supposed to achieve everything, but in reality, it's the year that I appreciate what I've already achieved. You know, that sort of thing. So it's the year of kind of appreciation for what you've already got, and it kind of made me think a little bit like that's really important. Just in all aspects, I think you've got to be grateful for what you've got.
Oh yeah, so like we've people have been sort of stopping and thinking and going, you know what?
You know what?
I don't really need the
Sorry,
next...
just repeat that because you froze there when you went, you know what? And it just stopped.
Oh, you know what? I just didn't say anything. I just stopped talking. Just froze. But yeah, it's like people have been saying, I'm moving. I'm running out of this. It's this room. Right. Part 2 of me Let's have a walk around space. Right, okay. So what I've found is people have been stopping and thinking and taking into perspective what they've got, what they haven't got,
Yeah.
and sort of going, actually, life's not too bad, and if I don't need the new iPhone, I don't need a new iPad, I've got this one, and this one's fine.
Yeah. I've definitely done that, I think. I've sort of stopped a little bit and gone, I don't need that. Making do with what I've got, finding things to do around the house and stuff that I haven't ever thought about doing before. It's a bit different this time because it's freezing and it's dark. So this time it's kind of, I don't feel too bad about not being as productive like you were saying before, okay? Like playing Xbox is fine because it's not like you have to be out cleaning the garden because it's winter, do you know what I mean? So it's okay to just chill. And I'm the world's worst for feeling like, I can't just sit around and do nothing, but you can, and it's boss,
Yeah.
isn't it?
No,
Like,
that's one of the main things of it. The difference between this lockdown and the one in March is I think because we were struck by that lovely weather in March and all around then. People were like, I've got to get everything done. I've got like I'm gonna paint my fence, do my garden, get everything straight and stuff like that. But this one, it's like it's November. It's dark. It's wet. It's all right. It's all right to sit at home and go, you know what? I'm gonna put a Christmas film on
yeah,
and sit. Even something that we've been doing in ours is we've been putting YouTube on the telly and putting like searching like 4K
Christmas
fireplace videos, and just
I
putting,
always do that. It
Yeah.
makes you feel warmer as well.
and like there's one which is it's Christmas songs, but in between the Christmas songs you can still hear the fire
That's pretty cool.
going.
I like
So
that.
it's amazing. Or we've been putting 8K drone footage of New York City on and going, wow.
Yeah. Honestly. What about you, Tom? Like, you've been doing anything different this time, or anything that just chilling more, anything like that? Been more busy?
Chilling, I've been chilling more, playing on the Xbox more often than last week, and that's mostly I've done.
Yeah, nice. Kind of brings me on to the next thing because I'm in two minds now about consoles and stuff. I was talking to Adam about it before actually, and I'm leaning towards the PlayStation, but everyone's saying, well, the Xbox is really just as good, and I kind of wanted to get some feedback. What are we feeling? Xboxes, PlayStations?
Like,
there.
I've only ever played Xbox, so like I would say Xbox. So and I haven't, I haven't really played on a PlayStation to sort of go, well, that's good for that or that's good for that.
What have you been playing on the Xbox?
Not much, because the only thing I really play, because my brother plays it and things, is Fortnite. So
You laughing at?
I play Fortnite as well.
Oh, I've never played it.
It's a really good game.
No, same.
I'm thinking though the new PlayStation's coming out, and obviously everyone's raving about Spider-Man because that's out now, isn't it?
yeah.
That's meant to be really good. I know Assassin's Creed Valhalla is out.
It's really good. But I'm getting that on the Xbox.
Oh yeah. Adam said it looks amazing. Like, and he's been playing it and said that it looks pretty like.
This is my Xbox now.
That's the actual Xbox.
Yeah.
Good deal.
That's the S, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, that's a S. It's very small.
Yeah.
But
Difference
it's
between
heavy.
yes.
It's
It looks
heavy.
good, yeah.
It's heavy. Very heavy.
Suppose they need a lot of power, don't they? Got to be heavy. Like
Yeah.
the games they're running out. See, the biggest thing for me when I buy a game during lockdown last time I bought Call of Duty, and it took me 2 days to install it on my Xbox, and then it was like I missed 2 days of playing. Do you know what I mean? I was fed up with it by the end. By the end of it, and I think
They take a couple of like 1 hour or a
Does
couple
it?
of minutes to download any games.
see that's not too bad, is it? But like, how big are they gonna go? That's the. It took me literally 2 days to download Call of Duty, and I bought it as well, the disc. Then I'm just thinking, imagine in like 3 years' time, if the internet doesn't get any better in this bloody country, it's like how what do we how do we keep up? I mean, it take like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Really?
what I do with mine is I've got a external hard drive plugged into my Xbox. That's just for storage, so I've got like more games on it now. So
That's what I need.
yeah, so I've got mine on plugged into that, and it's good. Apart from when we've just recently moved everything in our living room, and forgot to plug me hard drive in, turn my Xbox on, had a look, and was like, "Where's all my games gone?" So yeah, we'll.
So you just download them from onto there, do you?
Some of them, yeah. So some of them, it's from the disk, but you can store the disk data on your hard drive. Basically, you store your save games and stuff like that on it. So I've got like Crash Bandicoot and all stuff like that. Stuff that's just got. That's what one thing I look for in the game. It's replay value. So
Yeah.
how many times can you just keep on playing it and find something new? Like favorite game I've got is a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I've never played them, and everyone raves about them as well. Meant to be amazing. But stuff like that, I find it a bit daunting because it's like massive. There's a massive map, and I just think like I don't know where to begin with it. But the likes of like say Batman,
Yeah,
it's contained in like a city, so you can kind of navigate your way around quite simply. There's a lot going on. But I don't know. So I think maybe like because God of War, when that comes out for PlayStation, I'm probably gonna play that, and then that new Harry Potter game looks really good as well, which I'll probably
That's
play.
what I want to see. I never saw the trailer of the Harry Potter game.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, amazing! It looks really good. So it's set like before Harry Potter, like old Hogwarts sort of style, isn't it? But it looks like you can free roam around the Hogwarts and what's the
Forbidden
village
Forest and all around like that.
and
Stuff like
Hogsmeade,
that.
all that kind of stuff, and I think that looks pretty cool. And I think the next step for those type of games will be like VR. So imagine being able to like fly around in like Harry Potter world with VR. Yeah.
That'd be really good.
Well, I don't really.
I need a sort of a sensor for my Xbox, but it takes like a different one. And
What's that for?
the Xbox for the sword.
Oh, is it? Oh, I wonder what that. I've never seen that type. Is it like specific one or something?
Storage
Okay.
expansion. I don't know. Never heard of it.
I don't know. Let's have a look at that, mate. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Must it be like an SD card slot or something then?
yeah.
How big can you get?
It's very small. That's why I'm looking at different ones.
Yeah. How come you've got it unplugged anyway?
The guy's moving everywhere in my room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I
Yeah.
set it up when I play later on.
My other option was going to be a Nintendo Switch. Has anyone got a Nintendo Switch?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I love
I
it.
do.
Do you
Love
rate
it.
them?
Yeah. Love my Switch.
What are you
Like,
playing?
did you,
So I've got loads of games. So I've got FIFA 19. That's a good one. Loads. I can't remember. Lots of Mario ones. I've got Mario Tennis, Mario Kart as a standard, Super Mario Brothers, Luigi's Mansion. Loads. Pokemon. Pokemon's decent.
So it's like proper classic Nintendo games, decent on it.
Yeah. And then I've got a few indie games on it. Like one of them's called Coffin Dodgers, which is basically old people in mobility scooters racing. It's one of those games. It's a dead fun game to play, and it's
What the hell?
it's stupid, and yeah.
Coffin Dodgers.
Hmm.
That's awful.
It's a very it's the awful title. I was like, oh, let's see. It was like 89p or something like that. I was like, oh,
Someone keeps telling me to play Zelda as well. Apparently, Zelda's amazing on it, but
yeah, that's going on my Christmas list.
is it? Yeah, I've heard it's brilliant.
And we've got that Ring Fit in
Yeah,
ours.
that,
I don't play it, but we've got it.
I don't know what it is.
it's
Yeah.
like the Wii Fit of
Oh yeah,
it's like that, but Nintendo style.
Yeah, you've got a ring, and your ring's like
Yeah.
your thing which you move with and do bits and bobs with.
nah.
They're good. It looks they're good.
I bought the Wii Fit years ago. The Nintendo Wii was such a good console. Like,
It is.
I didn't even buy that many games for it. We just had Wii Sports, we had Wii Fit. I think I had Wii Music as well, and like they did me for years. Like, you
That's
can't.
the best. That's the best console. Went and then it's all the good games on Xbox now. It's
Yeah.
everything is moving.
Yeah,
Mm.
everything's moving on, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah, so I think like it's important in it. Like games, a lot of people. There's a bit of a stigma around games, and a lot of people see them as a waste of time. Now, I'm not a big gamer, but I've never seen them as a waste of time, really. Because I always think it's kind of a fun and it's a way to chill out. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people have different things. Like people play guitar to chill out. Some people play games, all that kind of stuff. So I've got nothing for them. But one thing that I've been doing more of, which I always kind of think, I don't know whether this is me, but watching series and stuff or watching more things,
Yeah.
binge watching YouTube, like all that sort of stuff. And there's this thing now, like I don't know whether you probably if you both use Facebook, I'm not sure, but like Facebook video, you watch one thing and it'll know what you've been watching, so it'll suggest the next one for you.
Yeah.
You know it, you can go in like 300 videos deep, and it's like you've not wasted hours, but some of them are really cool. Like, but some
Yeah.
like it's quite dangerous. Like, you just sit there and watch things for hours. So has anyone been watching anything like any series of anything or any films or anything?
Not really. I mean, I've just been like binge watching YouTube, like you said.
What have you been watching YouTube?
Just like the likes of YouTube. Like a lot. I watch the likes of iJustine because she does a lot of like tech side of things.
Like tech reviews, that sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot of tech review stuff. I watch like the Hacksmith and all that as well when they build things and destroy things and all that. I think that's pretty cool. And Adam got me into a lot of that. And also, one thing I've been is watching podcasts. I don't know if anyone does that. Like there's podcast called The Happy Hour and obviously Joe Rogan and all that kind of stuff. But I will sit and watch them now for a couple of hours, which I find quite baffling, really, because a podcast is designed to listen to, but yeah, you get millions of views. So
Yeah.
I think it's
So
really,
what's really, really weird is that you're talking about watching a podcast, and people who are going to watch this podcast.
yeah. So we're talking about a podcast within a podcast within a podcast.
I watching on YouTube like full live games reviews or play games long games like 3 to 4 hours play.
Or like some gameplay sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like
Is that like
typical
Twitch?
like typical gamer and other streamers like him.
So
Yeah, Twitch.
Twitch
I
is-
use
yeah.
more Twitch, but I use more YouTube than Twitch.
right, okay. Because that's another thing. That's always my nephew will sit and watch people play Minecraft rather than play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit? Isn't that defeat the object a little bit?
I mean, it depends because, like, if you can't be bothered playing it, but yet you still want to watch someone play it, if that makes sense. You know, it's.
No, okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I've just never done it. So I was like,
Yeah, like I sit there and watch likes of Joe Tasco play Among Us and things like that. So the likes of, you know, it's one of them. Like if I'm not up to sort of playing a game, I like to sit there and watch somebody playing the game I would have played,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. I watch like a lot of reaction videos. I don't know why I find them really interesting. Like like so with all the Marvel stuff, when something big happens in a Marvel film, I always think, I wonder what the reaction video to that's going to be. So like, I don't know if you've all seen, like, I know you probably haven't, Kieran, but
All right.
if you've seen like Endgame, when certain things happen, I'll go to YouTube and watch people react to it for the first time, and that baffles me. Also, reaction videos to like certain songs and stuff. So when we were talking about Kate Bush the other week, Josh, I went back and started watching like reaction videos because I thought it was interesting, like young people reacting to it. But that's really cool as well.
Yeah, even there's masses and masses of them, like teens react to,
Yeah,
and like seniors react to, and stuff like that.
you get millions of views.
Yeah,
It's mad, isn't it?
It's weird as well. And it's like, obviously, because YouTube didn't used to be like ran by algorithms, and obviously now it is. So it's a bit like what you said with Facebook before. You know, it knows what you've been watching and what's gonna, you know, what they
Suggest
want you to sort of watch
what
next.
they want you to keep watching.
yeah. But everyone loves a YouTube rabbit hole, though.
Oh god, yeah.
You watch gaming videos, and then you turn on to, there's like, in the recommended, there's like a fail vid, and you watch that, then you watch another one, then another
Yeah.
one, then another one, then you watch like a goat getting chased by a pig, and then another one of those cute animal videos, and you watch something else, and you wake up and you're like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I really hate about YouTube and other things? Is
Ads, yeah.
I don't like ads.
See,
It's
the
a
likes
waste
of, I don't see the point in paying for the likes of a tenner a month or a five a month or whatever it is for the student version to not be able to have adverts. Like, I think that should be like, you know, like we've moved on through like times and technology now where should that be, you know, like the biggest thing? Like sometimes you can find more adverts than your actual content that you want to watch. The likes of, let's say, ITV and I'm a Celebrity, you see a lot more adverts than you do of the actual TV show.
But it's like, yeah, I get that, but I feel like when you're watching something on, like, I feel differently about watching telly and an advert comes on. Now, whether it's just because that's how I'm used to it forever, like, but when I'm watching something on YouTube and an ad pops up, it infuriates me.
Yeah, people get money on that.
Yeah,
I skip it. If I can skip it, I
if
skip
you can
it.
skip it, then yeah. But I saw one the other week, mate, when it was halfway through a song, an advert came on, and I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like, a song? Like, it's
Yeah.
3 minutes? Like, there's got to be a line somewhere, surely, where you go, no, we can't have an ad during that. Do you know what I mean?
Even just ad placement, like putting them in the middle of a song is stupid, and you'll get them where you'll get the occasional one, which is it is 3 minutes of an advert, and you're watching a 5 minute video, and it makes your viewing thing that you're watching so much more difficult because you're trying to, like I was doing watching a video on laying trim, the trim for it around laminate flooring. There was an ad in the middle of it for something. I can't remember, but it was like a minute and a half long, and the video itself that I was watching was like 3 minutes, and I was like 2 minutes through it. I was like, I've watched everything I need to, really.
Yeah, it's a killer. Does anyone watch like normal telly these days?
Yeah,
I love a bit of Corrie, mate.
I like Corrie.
Yeah, I watch Emmerdale and Corrie, and that's probably about it for normal TV.
That's the same. Normal TV, then the rest is on YouTube or Netflix.
Yeah, I watch normal telly because I'm an old person.
That's interesting. Like, to be fair, I didn't just watch it because I was reading the other week about there's a guy you probably won't know him. Josh probably will. Michael Portillo.
Mm.
Yeah, he does all like terrain journeys and films them like and stuff. What he was saying, his entire like crew working with him are all young people. When young people, probably like 20s and stuff. But it's like he said when he asked them, like, do you watch this? And they were like, no, we haven't got a TV license, so we don't watch telly. We watch Netflix and stuff. And it's like, wow, these people are making the stuff for mainstream telly, for mainstream broadcasters, and they're not even
They
watching
can
it.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what point will we get to where like people go, I'm not watching telly anymore, but maybe that won't come because you all just said then, yeah, you watch normal telly, so
Yeah,
interesting.
but I know I watch things that's not live on the TV, like on my phone, like Cast Up. However, you need to pay a TV license for if you want to watch someone on Cast Up as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's the way that we all get our different types of media and stuff like that. It is changing. Like a couple of years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, we wouldn't be able to watch BBC iPlayer, BBC on your phone. Wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Yeah.
And now, like literally, I could in the middle of this just lob my phone up and
yeah.
start watching EastEnders.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
go
going
for
to,
that.
but
Yeah.
I could.
You know, EastEnders.
Do you think we should pay for the TV license, or what ad fed on the TV, then Cast Up?
I think we should. I think I wouldn't have any problem paying for a TV license at my age. I think, yeah, whatever. But I think they should scrap it for older people,
Mm.
especially when they're telling people they can't go out and all that kind of stuff. They need to cancel that. You know what I mean? That's wrong. What do you think of that?
Like, I think, like, it's not, like, because I speak to some people and they go, "Oh, a telly license is just and you can have a TV in the like say living room." I go, "Well, it's not, because you've gotta, if you technically think about it, like you've gotta have a TV license. Yeah, obviously A, to have one, and B, to sort of get your channels and your free TV if you don't pay for the likes of like ITV. You know, like some people will pay for ITV Hub, and like the likes of us in our house, we don't. We just do with all the free ones. And it's
Yeah.
like, like it's not just to say, oh, there's TV. You've also got to think about the people behind it and who make this content for you to be able
Yeah.
to watch.
That's what I mean. So a lot of people, it pays wages at the end of the day, and I don't mind that. But I feel like for older people, I'd probably say cancel that. But I think me at my age, I'd have no problem paying it. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Same.
like, I won't get too deep into this, like, because we haven't got long left. But it's kind of like there's people out there who haven't got much whatsoever, and they're out of work and they're out of and all that now. But yeah, TV is seen as a. All right, I'll tell you what. Do you think TV is a luxury, or do you think TV sort of everyone should be entitled to it now? What do you think?
I think everyone should be, because a TV is just like a screen. Anyone can get like a TV, like just a basic one, like a HD one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Keith?
I think like it's hard to say because there's two sides to everything. There always is. And the likes of, for some people, they can just about afford a TV, and for some people, they can afford the TV and Netflix and everything else on top that they want to pay for. So, like, it's a hard one to say.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm coming from the perspective of if you're out of work and you're struggling, there's backlash for a lot of people face a lot of backlash for having a TV because they say, well, you don't need a TV, do you? or you need money from the government, but you've got a TV, and it's like, well, come on, we're in 2020, like. TVs are pretty basic living now, aren't they? They should be. I think they should be, and I don't think anyone can be held sort of to blame for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, why should young people be like, kids? Why should they be not given TV, like, to grow up? That seems pretty sort of basic living to me, that now. Like, I don't know, a lot of people haven't got it, and I'm not saying that they should. I'm just like, I mean, when people start making decisions for people, like particularly in government, saying, well, hang on, no, you're complaining about not being able to afford food, but you've got a TV. It's like, well, you shouldn't put those two together, really, in my opinion.
No.
They're not comparative.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get across. Yeah, it's kind of like there's certain things that should just be expected now.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be having these conversations.
Yeah, like years ago, everyone had a radio. Everyone in the house had a radio. I remember my nan had a radio in her house. My next door neighbour had a radio in her house. That was the way that people accessed things, the way people accessed news and information and stuff like that. Yeah, nowadays we can access things on our phones a lot easier than anybody else, really. But for some people, having a TV, having that I'm going to sit and watch Bargain Hunt, for example, and I'm going to get a few laughs out of this soft one who's bought this lamp for 400 quid and it's only going to fetch 200 at auction. That sort of thing. That's going to be that might be the only contact with someone in their day. Like we know from all the stuff that's happened this year that people have become more isolated than ever, really, because of restrictions and all that sort of thing.
In the term, self-isolate, like be by yourself, and it's like, well, you should be able to have these basic things then, shouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? To sort of survive in these days, like survive kind of in terms of mental health and sort of that physically.
I got a quick question. What if ads or no ads on the TV or on YouTube?
I think ads should be regulated in the sense that I think they should be stopped on certain things, like important matters, educational stuff, particularly young person stuff as well. Like if it's made for a young person, I don't think there should be ads on it. I think that's quite. I think that's wrong, to be honest, to be forcing ads and things, and then.
What age appropriate? Is that what you were going to say, Key?
Yeah.
Age appropriate. See,
Yeah.
knew it. Age appropriate.
But kind of playing devil's advocate, yeah, age appropriate. So you've got a family who maybe don't make much money, they've been laid off work, that sort of thing, and you see the young child sees something on YouTube and goes, "Oh, there's an advert there for this new game. Mom, I want it," and you go, "I can't. We can't afford it." Have you got to have that conversation every single time? Like, or is there an option to just turn ads off for young people?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think YouTube Kids, I'm not 100%, don't quote me on this.
That's ad free or it's age appropriate.
Oh,
ad
okay,
so like, Ryan's World is a big one among little kids. So all the toys and stuff like that will be advertised as kind, or like sweets and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
So it's not gonna be like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah. So it's age.
Yeah.
Right,
So
we've got like less than a minute there, so we'll have to cut it there. I think that was pretty good. Sort of discussion. Ads, do we need them and all that sort of stuff. You can catch us on Discord, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the rest. And yeah, have a good one.